Dave, tell us what you've noticed about Anthony Davis over the first quarter of this regular season.
Well, listen, Rachel, when statistics, he's down in scoring, 3.8 points less this year than last year. If you look at all the 20 in the top 10 in terms of points going down, rebounds are down, blocks are down. He's not playing as well as we're accustomed to. You'd think this would be a year of ascension for him coming off the championship, $90 million extension. To me, it's more of either a plateau or a recession. And the question is, be concerned? Or is this a guy who recognizes that it's all about postseason performance, so he doesn't have to worry about?
Richard, are you concerned about AD's slower start?
No, I'm not, because when you go through that long run and you run a championship, I'm not saying that players coast the next year, but oftentimes you will see guys kind of build up, right? Just before LeBron had that monstrous game about a week or two ago, he was averaging like 22 points a game, just under 23 a game. And I texted him, I was like, dude, like, what's going on? You're not going to average 25 this year? And then slowly but surely he's been picking it up over the last couple of weeks. And so I think a lot of times when you had such a short off season, guys aren't looking to start off the first 30, 40 games just banging their body, being super aggressive. They want to build into it. I always notice, even playing with Bron, he posts up more as the season progresses and as he gets into the postseason. Doesn't post up nearly as much in the first third of the season to kind of conserve some of the wear and tear on his body. So I'm not concerned. I always look at their record, how their offense is, and how their defense is. And the Lakers' offense, team defense, all of that stuff is moving in the right direction. So I'm less concerned with AD's individual stats.
Well, there's been some question about how much he's deferring a little bit to try to involve some of his new teammates, right? I mean, his shot attempts even are down. But the new lineups, they're interesting. The Lakers played something in crunch time against the Hawks that was pretty cool. LeBron, Trez, Caruso, Kuz, and Talen Horton Tucker, Dave. What do you think of that lineup and what we will see of it going forward?
Yeah, Rachel, first of all, we got to
again, let Dave speak, Richard. Come on.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I thought you were still. Dave's back. My bad.
Were you not paying attention? Were you just going and liking those Instagram photos of our girl?
I have not paid attention at all.
It's been years.
Lineups only played 32 minutes together. Defensive lineup in the NBA this season in terms of point differential. And we got to come up with a nickname, maybe the D5, because that group together are so potent defensively. They're able to defensive deflections their end because LeBron is a guy who's a freight train when he's in transition. And so that's a group that Frank Vogel has unearthed. Wes Matthews and Markieff Morris. A really tough decision for a coach to take two guys who had other offers on the free agency market this past summer, who came to LA to try to be part of a repeat championship group, and recognize that sometimes by not playing those guys.
Richard, now, Dave's frozen into silence, so go ahead, my friend, please.
Oh, I can talk now? I'm allowed to talk? Okay, my bad.
If it were up to me, you'd be talking this entire hour. But
No. I'm just giving Dave a little bit of mess. No, ultimately, I think, we talk about this so much with all the teams in the league. The first third of the season, it's all about figuring out who your new players are, how that you can, get them in the system, how they're acclimating to the system. I love it when you see coaches find these random defensive lineups that can work. I think that gives, the coach another opportunity to be like, hey, if we're playing against a really small team, or if we're down 15 to start the second half, like, what can I do to pick up our defense? Certain things. And because when you look around this league, there are some very potent offensive teams that you could potentially go against. And so you want to be able to have very, very good defensive lineups. And shout out to Frank Vogel and his staff for finding a very, very good one.
Well, this was one of the reasons we love the offseason that the Lakers had so much. They gave them more dexterity, right? And you saw the offensive numbers drop when they have those guys on the floor, but the ability to put in lineups that can match the situation. I think the Lakers have more of that than they did even their championship season last season, which makes them very dangerous. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.